We're on the phone with Ben Luna, the former chair of the Republican Party of Otero County. Ben, welcome back to Crazy Radio. How you doing today, sir?
Anthony, thank you for having me on. Doing well.
Well, I understand that there's a wonderful event coming up, the New Mexico Grassroots Convention on January 27th. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah, so pretty much all the leaders in New Mexico as far as the grassroots organization, also some New Mexico organizations like New Mexico Truckers Association, possibly New Mexico Auto Dealers Association. A lot of people are coming together in one location, and we're pretty much collaborating from that event and also filming call to actions, campaign videos, and whatever is needed as far as media production. And so we're doing this for pretty much everybody in the state for the various issues going on. We obviously have the mandated electric vehicles. We have the mandated Second Amendment suspension, whether they think they could do that. But yeah, so that we have gun organizations, gun store owners coming as well as our speakers. And so really it's all of New Mexico's issues in one spot. And what we're doing is these book speakers, Sheriff David Clark, Anna Gertz, and Matt Code, we're having a roundtable discussion with all of New Mexico leaders and our book speakers. That way we could, in a sense, cross-market and get New Mexico's voice on other national platforms. And so that's what I've already done as far as using Lexit as a national platform. This is pretty much the same strategy, but at the same time, we're able to raise funds while we're at it and be able to give more to New Mexico and people that are fighting the good fight.
Now, Tana Gortz and Matt Code, that's going to be interesting, but I'll tell you, David Clark, the former sheriff of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, I've seen him on Fox News before, and that man is passionate about his beliefs.
Yeah, he was in the Black Lives Matter, pretty much the middle of those protests, and a lot of officers were getting actually killed in those protests. He was in the heat of a lot of the stuff we were seeing on national television. And I've watched a lot of his videos just to kind of do a little bit more research and get to know him a little bit better. But he has been speaking up nonstop, and he was almost talking about his own city. And as he was talking about his own city, I started hearing all the same failures as New Mexico. And so once I started hearing that, I knew after that he's the right man to book because he relates to a lot of bad policy from Democrats or socialists really in power that are forcing policy on their cities, on their states. And he's seen that firsthand, probably seen a little bit worse. And so he's definitely somebody that can give New Mexico a warning of what it can turn into if we let this keep going.
Now, this is going to be an all-day event, January 27th. It all starts at 8 a.m., wraps up at 8 p.m. at the Redoso Convention Center.
Yes, sir.
Ben, is there a charge to get in, or is there... How do people get into this event?
Yeah, general admission is going to be $35, and we actually took out a higher tier price just because we were getting too many questions, so we just thought we'd just simplify it and make it cheaper. But there is a VIP ticket selection where you can get a meet and greet, take a photo with the guest speakers, and also, pretty much sit down and eat dinner with them in a reserved room. So we have a limited amount of those. But again, the general admission is $35, which is pretty affordable for that caliber of a guest speaker. I was looking at some of his past events, and some of those tiers are like $5,000, $3,000, $1,000 just for people to set up a booth. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. We're not going to charge New Mexicans that much.
It sounds like a great event. Sounds like it's the type of event that so many in southern New Mexico would want to be a part of. Tana Gortz, the former Trump senior advisor, she's always interesting to hear.
Yeah, she was actually the runner-up on The Apprentice, and I was telling her some of the things we're doing for this event. And so she's actually going to be coaching candidates or organizations that decide to get a campaign video or a call to action video. She's going to be coaching them on how to do that effectively to where people remember whoever's speaking after they're done speaking. And so she's going to be there working alongside us there. And then Matt Code, he's actually bringing a lot of New Mexico oil and gas experts to the table. We're going to do Oil and Gas Uncanceled. We're going to do that live on the stage and get that out there hopefully for this next legislative session.
There's been so many attacks recently on oil and gas in the land of enchantment. So this is more than just hearing a man speak. This could be the lifeline and, quite honestly, the future of New Mexico.
Yeah, what we're wanting to do, we're wanting to produce as much content as possible for all the various issues with a lot of these experts in the field of a lot of these industries. And we're going to put it out there. Every single candidate in New Mexico will have all access to this footage. But really, it's almost like a unified message for New Mexico, and we're producing all the content to kind of disperse it in a sense. And so all of New Mexico's leaders, New Mexico's organizations, a lot of the big ones will be there present. And so from there, it should disperse very well and cross-market effectively.
One name, one banner, bringing these three speakers to Ruidoso at the Ruidoso Convention Center, January 27th, beginning at 8 a.m., wrapping up at 8 p.m. Ben, is there anything else you need to tell us about this event?
Yeah, so the name, one banner, it has two meanings. One is, obviously, Jesus is that name above all names, and also Jehovah Nissi, the Lord our banner. But at the same time, we're all Americans. We go by that one name rather than being divided, and we fly one banner as well. So it has kind of like a cross-market meaning for not just Christians that need to be involved, but anybody that identifies as an American. So they can definitely feel included for this and not marginalized like what they're trying to do through the media and stuff. So,
all right, so Tanner Gortz, Matt Coday, and David Clark speaking on January 27th at the Ruidoso Convention Center. Ben, how do people purchase tickets or get more information?
Yeah, you could go to any of my socials. That'll be Ben R. Luna on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. But also, we're going to host it on my website, onenameonebanner.com. That's the numeral one, name, numeral one, banner.com.
All right. Anything else you want to share with us before we let you go?
That's it. I appreciate you letting this have some airtime.
You're very welcome, my friend, and we will talk to you soon.